Breaking news. In the book, Reckless by Cornelia Funke, Jacob and his brother Will are in a thrilling adventure as Jacob has to save Will in order for him not to be turned into a goyle or a very dangerous monster. It's also about the mystery of their dad because he has been missing for many years, or possibly even dead. From scary monsters to bloody water, Jacob has to avoid all the obstacles that are in his way. Jacob is also on this adventure with Hensau, Fox, and Clara. Will Jacob Reckless face the obstacles and save his younger brother? In the exposition, Jacob in the pouring rain goes to the field over which Hensau and his soldiers were riding to meet the goyle. The field was covered in blood and the trenches were filled with rain. Then, once Jacob and Hensau arrived at the field, they were ordered to find the jade goyle. One key quote from the exposition is when Hensau says, "Have him executed. The jade goyle is a myth. Since when do you not confuse myths with reality?" This quote makes the reader wonder if the goyle is actually real or not. Obviously it is, since they find it later on in the story. Also, Will becomes missing. Fox says that he will come back and that he tried to stop him, but Jacob doesn't think so. The climax in the story is when Jacob finds out that the only way to save his brother Will is to have possession of the golden ball. This was very challenging for Jacob because none of the guards would let him back into the palace. In order to find the golden ball, he had to go through the chambers of miracles. At first, he couldn't find it, but when Jacob went to the cabinets of the fifth chamber, he finds the ball. The following action, or action that leads to the resolution, is when the soldier locks Fox up in the wardrobe. Jacob needs help from someone else in the situation, but there is no one to help. Another detail in the story is how Jacob has to find Will by going through a wedding. A third detail that makes up the following action is how there were gunshots that were fired at the wedding. One shot nearly missed Will, and another shot hits Hensau. Also, Will kills 2 of the Imperials that are along with the goyle. In the end, the resolution is that everyone survives, including Will. Also, he did not get turned into a monster. The theme of Reckless is to face your fears, because Jacob, Will, and everyone else were in many near-death situations throughout the whole story. If none of them faced their fears, no one would be alive. Everyone would have been killed by the goyle or other monsters along the journey. Overall, in the end, everyone survives and lives happily ever after a story filled with action, suspense, and tension.